From the Oregon mountains to all the Mesilla Valley, reaching all of New Mexico. Broadcasting live from the Las Cruces studios, bringing you the issues that matter and the topics that count. Telling it like it is. It's the Mike Tellez Show. And now here's your host, Mike Tellez.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me today with the Mike Tellez Show. My name is Mike Tellez. Today, I have a young man I have known since he was in third grade. Richard, how are you doing?
Good. How you doing, Mike?
Third grade, Richard. I've known you a while.
Been a long time.
Well, you know, I'm going to tell you something. I'm glad I never picked on you because you're about 4 inches taller than me now, 5 inches maybe. But so you've graduated high school.
I have.
Arrowhead, where did you go?
Arrowhead Early College.
Arrowhead Early College, and you graduated with an associate's.
2, actually.
2 associates?
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness! And what were those in?
Associates in Arts and Associates in Criminal Justice.
Oh wow! And so you're getting ready to go to college?
I am. I start next week, actually.
Next week. And what are your goals? What are you looking to do?
So I graduated with the Associates in Criminal Justice. I'm now going for my BA in Criminal Justice. After I receive my BA, I will be joining the police force here in Las Cruces.
Wow. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I've spoke with the chief a couple of times. I don't think I've seen as good of a... That is a great chief since Jimmy Montoya. I mean, this guy is good. He's easy to talk to. He's a good man. What you ought to do is go down there, talk to them, tell them your intentions, and see if you can sign up now with your associates while you're going to college.
Yeah.
And get in there right now, because you know what? They're hiring. And they've got some good incentives. And I believe we have some good people running the department right now. The young lady is Deputy Chief of Police. She is awesome. And, you know, they're looking for people just like you. And so Arrowhead, so you've done a lot of studying at Arrowhead, huh?
Yep.
That's straight studying? Wow. And how do you feel graduating? Are you excited? Are you
excited? I'm ready to finish with my BA and get working.
Wow, that is excellent. Excellent. So, you know, you'll have your BA, you'll have that in 2 years, right?
Yes, sir.
Wow. So you're already done. All your basics are done.
Yep.
So you're going straight to the main campus and get the main stuff done.
Yes, sir.
Boy, how did you plan all this? I mean, how long have you known what you want to do?
I've known for a while now, probably since high school started. I just had my eye on the police department and wanted to work with law enforcement here. Wow.
You know, there is not very many people like you out there. I have got to applaud your being straight on that, going to Arrowhead and just keeping your nose to the grindstone and getting it done.
Well, thank you, Mike.
You know that, Richard, I don't know if you know, but you were part of the production team when I first started doing this back in 3rd, 4th grade, man.
I was.
You spent a lot of time doing this.
Yeah.
Wow. And you got really good at it at a very, very young age.
Thank you.
And do you like this area too? Is it pretty interesting to you?
I do. I'll come here and work, help out, and run the cameras sometimes.
You know a lot of things at a young age. That is so cool, man. You're going to be a policeman. And my goodness. So the attitude towards police, that doesn't frighten you or scare you any?
Not necessarily.
Is this something you got to deal with or what?
Yeah. I think there'll always be some kind of hatred towards them, but I think they always end up doing good. And
yeah. You know, my father was the assistant law enforcement director for the state of New Mexico, and he was called Pigs. And all my life growing up, they displayed hate towards them, and it's something that he said, hey, comes with the turf.
Yeah.
Comes with the turf. He started as a field inspector and got all the way up to that point, and he had no regrets. He went to the FBI training academy, and I mean, he just did everything in that field he wanted to do and didn't let what people thought. And you know, people have always been negative towards the police officers. The only thing different now is I think a lot of more of the negativity is coming from the our elected officials, and I don't think that's right. You know,
Right.
policemen are. I would like to see who they would call if they're in trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
The media as well.
Yeah, the media has. Oh, they've killed them, and it's unfortunate because you know those policemen. That's a tough job, man. That is a real tough job. You know, a lot of things have changed in a year. The whole world's changed. Little over, yeah, it'll be 2 years in February that our world just went
Wow.
upside down. Masks, did you all you wore masks? Oh, you didn't go to school last year, did you?
No, I didn't. I missed half of my junior year, I think, and my full senior year I missed.
Were you robbed of the
Yeah.
senior year? Yeah, you were. You know, school's starting back again, and they were asking the students to wear masks. I saw a group of students protest. All over the country, they're protesting those masks. They don't like them. It's a law, but they don't like them. What do you think of those masks?
Well, I mean, it is what it is, but we have to follow the mandates and go with what they say.
Excellent, excellent. And athletes wearing masks even. You even have to run with masks on. I think
Right.
that's insane, but I'm not a scientist. I cannot make an opinion on one way or another. And school, how did it feel the last time you were in school? A year and a half ago?
Yep.
That is amazing. So you were literally robbed of the fun of the end of school and all that, huh?
Yep. We
Yeah.
did have a prom. I think that was the only senior event, and then graduation as well. But we had to wear masks and.
Did you lose touch with a lot of people through that?
I did. Yeah.
I mean, if you don't see them every day, out of sight, out of mind, huh?
Right.
Wow. So in the masks, I guess, you know, I told people a few shows back that, hey, they're here. Whether we like it or not, we're going to have to understand, we're going to have to wear those. The crime in our city, it's escalated. It's 325% higher. You know that 316 cars have been stolen so far this year.
Wow.
Burglary is up almost 200%. Violent crimes is up. Crime is starting to really get out of hand in this city. What are your thoughts as a student? What do you all think? Do students keep up with what's going on in that area?
I think some do. It just depends on whether you're reading the news or looking out. Whenever I was taking one of my criminal justice classes for my associates, we'd have to do a news report every week. So I would get to kind of read on the crimes in our city and what's happening. So those kind of students do keep up with that, but I think there's a lot that don't know what's going on.
They just don't care about what's going on then, huh?
Right.
Drugs, was Arrowhead pretty much straight on that? You didn't see drugs, or did you see drug use or students using it?
Not too much. I did see a few times, but they were pretty on top of it because it is a smaller school, so there's not as many kids to keep up with and stuff like that.
So they got right on it, huh?
Right.
It's a few isolated events then, huh?
Yeah.
You know, I was doing an internship at one of the local middle schools, and I had 6th, 7th, and 8th graders in this class. Boy, it was tough. And I asked them, I said, how many of y'all know about drugs? They all raised their hands. I said, marijuana, all of them. Meth, all of them. Heroin, all of them. And I said, how many of you all could find weed in this school if you wanted to get some weed? Every one of them. How many of y'all could find meth? 90% of them. Heroin,
Wow.
90% of them. How many of you all know students that use it? 90% of them raise their hands. 6th graders, 7th graders, they can buy it in school. 6th, 7th graders can buy that stuff in school. And I asked them, the girls, I said, how do you all feel in school? The greatest problem that the girls had was the boys' disrespect of them. And it was disheartening to see how bad it is in middle school and 6th grade up. It was pretty disheartening to see that. Was it pretty firm, tight control at Arrowhead?
It was, yeah, and same as middle school. When I was in middle school, there wasn't much of.
And where did
that
you go to
yet.
middle school at?
I went to Vista.
Vista.
But then once
So it has gotten worse.
It has, yeah. Once I got to high school, we would take the bus from Vista to Arrowhead, and there would be the kids from Vista, middle schoolers, would have drugs and smoking on the bus, and
wow.
it was just.
So you could see the difference.
Yeah.
You could see that, huh?
Just from 1 to 2 years, when I got out of middle school to high school,
It changed drastically.
Yeah.
Wow. And it's getting worse. You know, I've done about 4 weeks on the homeless problem, the people in the streets, why are they there, what are they doing? And they talk about blues, that synthetic heroin from Mexico that has fentanyl in it. And they talk about that, smoking it, getting high on that. They talk about I saw a lot of young people out there, man. I saw high school age girls and boys out there just messed way up on that stuff. Are we doing enough to control that, do you think?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah.
I think there can be more on top of that. Yeah.
You think they need to get tough on that, huh?
I
and
think
just
so,
really
yeah.
get aggressively try to get it. People tell me, Mike will never change that. I said, well, never is such a long time. Because when they say never, what I do is I look at Arrowhead, where you went, and compare it to a public high school. There is no comparison. I think these high schools are way too big, too many people, and they get lost in the shuffle.
Right.
And like you said at Arrowhead, it's small enough to where they can keep a tight grip on things. How
Yeah.
big were your classrooms there?
Maybe 20, 25 students.
And did they keep good order in those classrooms at Arrowhead?
Oh, yeah.
You couldn't talk or walk out of the class? Or
No, not really.
So you had to pretty much follow some pretty straight rules, huh?
Yeah, and then once you get to junior and senior year, you start having college instructors come on campus. So
Oh, the college instructors went there.
yeah, there was
Oh,
most of
wow.
I never went to DACC.
You didn't?
Uh-uh.
Because I taught communication studies at NMSU, and it was an internship. I'm telling you, that was the most awesome time of my life. You know, I was in communication studies, Dr. Armfield, Dr. Morgan, and I love those guys. To this date, some of the best times of my life were up there, but there was a lot of people getting that secondary degree out of high school there.
Yeah.
And I was amazed how many young people were in that. Well, when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the city, what we can do to make a difference in our city, and a little bit more about you, brother, when we return to the Mike Tellez Show. My name is Mike Tellez.
Hi folks, I'm Dave Gallus. This is your 3A Research Minute. We're here with CEO Michael Raucci of 3A Research here in Las Cruces. Michael, could you tell me the procedure of a trial?
Sure, Dave. A participant will come to our office to see if they qualify for a study. Once they qualify for a study, they will be asked to do evaluations throughout the course of a 3-month period or longer, and they'll come in periodically to see their progress and make sure they're safe and they're okay.
Michael, could you tell us the location here in Las Cruces? Where is that?
We are located in the heart of Las Cruces, 530 North Telshore Boulevard, Suite B. We have 2 locations in El Paso, and we've done so well, we had to extend ourselves here to this great community. So far, Las Cruces has been very responsive, and we love Las Cruces, so we're excited to be here.
Thanks, Michael. I hope the folks take advantage of this opportunity. That's been your 3A Research Minute here in Las Cruces. See you next time.
If your loved one has passed away due to COVID-19, pay close attention to this message. You could be entitled to a death benefit of over $300,000. The U.S. government has set up a fund to pay families relief if they've lost a loved one due to COVID-19. The compensation includes a death benefit and lost wages benefit. Time is limited, so we urge you to make a free phone call right now. There's no cost to you for this claim. That's 866-372-3669.
Hi, I'm Ray Bamberg with Here on Earth. I would like to invite you for a free hearing evaluation to our office. We've been here in southern New Mexico for 34 years helping people hear better.
Do you suffer from rashes, dryness, flakiness, and thickness to the skin? 3A Research is conducting a trial of an investigational drug on plaque psoriasis. Subjects must be 18 years of age or older. This is an 8-week study. We will compensate you for your time and travel up to $225.
Enrolling participants now in Las Cruces. Contact our office at 575-288-1646 or visit our Facebook page at 3A Research or our website 3asites.com.
Taking a trip in the next 12 months? Airlines are under tremendous pressure and they're practically giving away their unsold seats. Like every crisis, this one will end too. But right now is the best time to take advantage of giveaway ticket prices on their unsold seats. We're not allowed to publish these low fares online. The only way to get these rock-bottom giveaway prices is to call. So phone low-cost airlines now for airline ticket prices you may never see again.
Welcome back to the Mike Tellez Show. My name is Mike Tellez. I'm right here today with my friend, my brother, Richard. Richard, we've been talking about a lot of things. We're talking about you going to school, what you're looking. You're an ambitious young man.
Well, thank you, Mike.
You know what I wish? I wish I would have been as ambitious towards that as you, at your age as you are. You know, who knows where I'd be? I'd be U.S. Senator probably. You know, we're talking about a little bit, let's talk about the crime in the city. Are there some parts of town you wouldn't dare go to at night?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't really go out or do anything. Mainly just work and school now. So
you're not one of the partiers out there that go hang out at parties. All right, man, that's good. Well, it's pretty crazy out there, man. There are places that I would not walk through. And, you know, when I started the food program at the Dream Center, I knocked on over 5,000 doors. And I went from the very worst of the worst, all the worst neighborhoods I went to, and it has gotten so much worse. They're so brazen, they'll go up and rob you right there. And do you feel bad for young people that are out there?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of where you place yourself. You should know the place you're going to and what situation you're getting yourself into. But again, there is crazy things that happen out there, like the shooting at Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
I work out there, so that was kind of eye-opening. But yeah, I think these young kids need to know where they're going and what they're doing and the consequences of them.
Do you think there's a big lack of things for young people to do in this area of town?
I think so. I think if there were more events and more concerts, they wouldn't be doing these things they're doing and going these places they're going.
Do you know, they're drag racing they drag race at an undisclosed location on the, you know, by the airport area. I often ask, why is it we don't allow them to race, get the airport, a runway, get the lights out there from like 9 o'clock till 1 in the morning, and let them get the safety safari and let them go drag race out there where it's safer. Yeah. And give them a place to go drag race every Friday night. I talked about Burns Lake area, that big old area. Get an amusement park right there. Turn it into a water park, amusement park. Put an indoor skate park there so that you know who's going in and you can control what's going on in there. A climate-controlled indoor skate park, they'd love it. Van skate park. I think, we need to think outside the box.
Right.
In today's world, you cannot possibly get anywhere thinking in a box. You've heard the expression, thinking outside the box. Well, we grew up thinking inside this box here, and that's the perimeters, this is the guidelines. There's no longer a box. Social media has ended that. So we need to have, there has got to be things for young people to do.
Absolutely.
And drag racing, as far back as the first automobile accident happened when the second car was put on the road. That was the first accident. They're going to happen, but they've been racing since the beginning of time. And we can't just keep saying no to young people. We can't tell them you can't do that, and not replace it with something they can do.
Right.
So and what would you think? What do you think would be something that would be fun to do? Young people think different than older people like myself.
No, I think like you said, the drag racing, because you're right, they're out racing and these crashes happen and no one's watching, and when it happens, everyone leaves.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
if it's if the get two EMS trucks out there and two police officers and just control the situation.
Yep. In fact, there's one city I was reading about. They raced at the airport, and the police department built a car, and it was a bad car, and they raced it out there. It was a PAL car, and they raced it, and they were pretty. It was different, but you know what? There was hundreds and hundreds of people out there, food trucks out there, get a few tables to sit down there, and every last person that went out there, I would give a small trash bag and say, whatever you brought out here, you make sure you take it back in this bag. Clean up after yourself.
Yep.
And let's respect the fact we can race out here.
Right.
But I think drag racing is exciting, and I've done it. That old guys, the old antiques like Dave Gallus and myself, we raced back in the days when those cars weren't very fast. But today's day, those cars are bad, man. You got these cars that are running as fast as dragsters back in our day.
Yeah.
But we need a safe place to do that. And I think a lot of young people would appreciate that.
Absolutely.
What else would they? Russell Allen is building a entertainment center with a bowling alley and different things in it. I think that would be kind of good. I don't know what young people think about bowling. Of course, here they wouldn't know because there isn't one.
Right.
But what else do you think? What have you thought of any solutions of anything we could do that would give young people a different direction to go?
I mean, even like opening a Top Golf here or something like that, a water park or amusement park, because we have to, drive all the way out to El Paso, and then I think you throw that here and it takes these kids in that direction instead of partying and doing these other things.
And you think like the Burns Lake area on Amador, that big old area, it'd be a good place to put it.
Yep.
And even put some cool things for them to do, and don't put it so expensive.
Right.
They got a lot of extra money. Subsidize the heck out of those amusement parks to where students, they go to school, they get tickets to go, and they do well in school, they get tickets to go to that amusement area, they get to go skateboard or BMX biking, and in a safe area to where there's not going to be drugs or alcohol.
Absolutely.
Because right now the skate parks, I'm going to tell you, they can get really, really rough. I had a skate park, and it can get really out of control fast if you don't watch it.
Huh.
And so if young people had more things to do, the peer pressure, you have friends that you have just seen their lives just fall off the radar because of peer pressure?
I haven't had too many. But I think a few. I mean, I think it hits everyone, but you need to, like I said, just watch who you're hanging around with and what direction you're going in, and find other things, hobbies to distract you, or take that peer pressure away.
How in the world did you get so smart so young? You're 18. Are you sure you're 18 and not 35 or something? My goodness. That, you know what? You're saying things that I would say or think, but you're saying them. What an example, man. So if you were a policeman, you'd get out there and know how to talk to people and how to communicate with them.
Absolutely.
You understand them. And you believe you could handle the power of being a policeman through understanding and just knowing where they're coming from.
Yep, and you know what has helped me is I'm a manager in training at Chickfila.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I got a lot of experience already from dealing with different customers and guests, and really creating a game plan for our team for the night. And I don't know if you've seen, but we get pretty busy there.
You know what? I have not ever seen Chick-fil-A where you could just walk in and get something. It never ends.
Yeah.
Is the university store open back up?
They are.
Did the one who owns the other one buy it?
We did, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So we're running both, and they're working out pretty good. University right now only takes about half of what we do at Lowman, but once school starts, I think they're really going to get hit.
It's going to jump huge in it. I love Chick-fil-A. I love that place. All my life I've been familiar with Chick-fil-A, and I remember the last person who introduced me to it, I couldn't believe how good it was, man. I love that place. Man, Richard, you know what? You and I need to go talk to the chief. I know him. He's a great man, and we need to talk to him about some of your ambitions, brother.
Let's do it.
You know what? You are an absolute testimony to people doing the right thing. And it's been a privilege to know you as long as I've known you. And I'm so impressed and proud of who you've become. You were a third grader when I met you. I had no clue. Man, thank you. Thank you for taking time out.
Thank you, Mike.
And you know what? Good luck, brother. And I hope to see you when you're a policeman.
I'll come back on this show.
God bless you, brother. Thank you very much for joining me with the Mike Tellez Show. My name is Mike Tellez.